Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of a coin you might be overlooking every day, the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny, without a mint mark. That's right, this little copper wonder could be worth, wait for it, up to $4 million. Yeah, you heard that correctly. $4 million. Now, before you go tearing up your couch cushions or sprinting to your nearest piggy bank, sit tight. We've got some stories, insights, and yes, the scoop on why this humble penny might just make you a millionaire. By the way, if you love the idea of striking it rich with spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips on coins worth money, and you don't want to miss out on that treasure map of numismatic knowledge. Okay, so let's break this down. In 2009, the U.S. Mint did something pretty special. It was the bicentennial year of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and they decided to release a set of 4 different reverse designs on the penny. These pennies were everywhere, like sprinkles on a donut, literally all over. But, and this is a big, juicy, game-changing but not all pennies are created equal. Some of these pennies were minted in Denver, some in Philadelphia, and the really fancy ones in San Francisco. The coins from Denver have a little D mint mark, Philly coins have no mint mark, and San Francisco ones, well, they usually get all dressed up and become proof coins. But we're focusing on that sneaky, unsuspecting no mint mark penny. It's like the Clark Kent of pennies, unassuming until it's, well, super. Now, a no mint mark doesn't automatically mean it's worth millions. Cue the disappointed sighs. But if your 2009 penny happens to be the unicorn of unicorns, flawless, untouched, and somehow a miracle of minting history, then my friends, you're looking at a literal copper jackpot. What makes it special? Well, grading experts, the people who inspect these coins with more scrutiny than my mom used to inspect my report card, rate them on a scale from poor to perfect. And if your penny gets that elusive MS-70 grade, you've hit the penny Powerball. Speaking of hitting jackpots, let me share a quick story. So there I was, rummaging through my jar of coins one lazy afternoon. It was one of those days where you're looking for an excuse to procrastinate. You know, clean the house or organize something that doesn't really need organizing. Anyway, as I sat there, counting pennies and feeling like a wannabe Scrooge McDuck, I came across this 2009 Lincoln penny. My heart skipped a beat. No mint mark. I ran to my computer, hands shaking, and Googled like my life depended on it. Was it worth $4 million? Sadly, no. It had more scratches than an old record, and I'm pretty sure it had also been chewed on by the family dog at some point. But hey, I was this close to retiring early, if you call this close being a million light years away, but it just goes to show you, treasure hunting can be both thrilling and utterly heartbreaking. And let's be real, it's still way more exciting than paying for laundry with quarters, right? Okay, so how can you find out if your penny is the chosen one? First, give it a good inspection. If it looks shiny and new, without any wear, scratches, or bites from a teething puppy, congratulations. Next step, get it graded. Coin grading agencies like PCGS or NGC will take a close look and give it an official rating. A perfect MS-70 grade is rarer than me resisting dessert at a buffet. But if your penny does get graded that high, it could be worth a fortune. Even pennies graded lower, like MS-68 or MS-69, can be worth thousands of dollars. It's still life-changing money for what started as a literal penny for your thoughts. So now that you know the hidden potential of the 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny, what are you waiting for? Start checking your spare change coin jars, and that drawer in the kitchen where you throw all your loose coins and expired coupons. Who knows? Your future mansion might just be a penny away. And hey, if you find anything exciting, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories, even if they involve chewed up pennies like mine. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips and strategies. Who knows what we'll discover next? We're diving into the fascinating, and potentially life-changing, world of the 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny. So stick around and find out how this humble penny might just make you a millionaire, or at least let you buy all the coffee you'll ever need. Okay, let's get real for a second. How many of you out there have ever actually examined your pennies? Not just tossed them in a jar or dropped them between your car seats. No shame, I've been there too. But here's the thing, if you come across a 1964 penny with no mint mark, you might want to give it a second look. Now, why are these pennies so valuable? Let's break it down. First, when we say no mint mark, we mean the penny was minted in Philadelphia. Philadelphia minted billions of pennies in 1964. Yeah, that's billions with a B. So you'd think they'd be worth squat, right? But that's where things get interesting. See, most of these coins are pretty ordinary. But some have mysterious qualities that drive collectors absolutely wild. These pennies are sought after for their mint condition. If your 1964 penny looks like it could star in a toothpaste commercial, super shiny, no scratches, no wear, it could be worth a fortune. We're talking about high-grade pennies certified by coin grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. The most pristine 1964 Lincoln pennies have sold at auctions for upwards of, yes, $1.9 million. That's like winning the lottery but with a coin you probably stepped over on the sidewalk last week. So, how do you even get a 60-year-old penny to look that good? Well, some people find them tucked away in old piggy banks or rolls that haven't seen the light of day since the Beatles topped the charts. My uncle once found a penny collection in his late grandmother's cookie jar. True story. Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth millions, but hey, at least he got some stale cookies out of the deal. Okay, let's summarize the main things to look for. If you've got a 1964 penny, check for these factors. No mint mark. Remember, Philadelphia didn't stamp theirs. Pristine condition, the shinier, the better. Certified grading, a penny is only as valuable as the grade it's given. If it's been professionally graded and ranks among the highest levels, you're in serious business. Alright, confession time. After learning this, I spent hours digging through my change jar. My spouse thought I was losing it. But hey, it's all about the thrill of the hunt, right? And who knows, maybe you'll find one that makes you the next coin millionaire. Imagine being able to casually tell people, "Oh, I'm rich because of a penny." It's a story that would never get old. So, there you have it, the wild and crazy world of the 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny. If you've learned something today, or if you're about to start tearing apart your couch cushions, don't forget to hit that like button. And subscribe for more coin hunting adventures, tips on rare finds, and strategies to maximize your money. Who knows? Next time, it could be a quarter, nickel, or even another penny worth a small fortune. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1966 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. So grab your coin jars, because you never know what treasures might be hiding there. And if you think pennies are boring, well, think again. Winks at the camera. Alright, let's get real. When you hear the words 1966 penny, your first thought probably isn't, wow, financial jackpot. Nope, it's more like, another penny for the parking meter. But hang tight, because this little coin has a story that makes it far more exciting. So, let's break this down. First of all, 1966 pennies are special because, well, there's a key detail. They have no mint mark. You see, back in the mid-60s, the US Mint was facing some serious pressure to pump out a ton of coins. There was this massive coin shortage, something about vending machines eating quarters like they were going out of style, and they decided to remove mint marks temporarily to prevent collectors from hoarding coins. Imagine that, you're hoarding coins, thinking you'll make bank one day, but instead, you're contributing to a national shortage. I'm telling you, sometimes collectors can't catch a break. Laughs. Now, here's what makes this penny worth the price of a mansion. In perfect condition, this unassuming coin has recently sold for $1.7 million at auction. I know, who is paying that kind of money for a penny? But here's the catch. It's all about the condition, rarity, and a little thing called red copper luster. Basically, the more your penny still looks like it just rolled out of the mint, the higher its value. We're talking no scratches, no weird discoloration, and a shine so bright it blinds your dog. Only a few 1966 pennies exist in this pristine condition, and collectors go wild for them. True story, one day, I was digging through my dad's old change jar. It's one of those containers he's had since the 70s, so you can imagine how crusty some of those coins were. I stumbled upon a 1966 penny, and my heart skipped a beat. Oh man, I'm about to pay off my student loans. Spoiler alert, it had enough scratches to start a metal band. But hey, for about 5 seconds, I was rich. Laughs. If you want to see if your 1966 penny is worth millions, here's what you need to do. 1. Get a magnifying glass. 2. Look for that unmistakable shine. 3. Check for any imperfections. If your penny looks like it's been through a rock tumbler, sorry, it probably won't fund your dream yacht. And remember, no mint mark is the key. If you see a letter D or S below the date, your penny isn't part of the no mint mark crew. So there you have it, folks. The story of the $1 million 1966 penny, proving that even the smallest things can be incredibly valuable. And who knows? Your old change jar might just be hiding a fortune. If you found this video helpful, or you just love the thrill of potentially finding free money, smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We've got plenty more tips on rare coins and the hidden treasures you can find in everyday places. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a coin that made you do a double take. Who knows? Your story might just inspire our next video. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1967 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark, a coin that has collectors and investors alike buzzing with excitement. Before we talk about its extraordinary value, let's first explore a bit of history. The year 1967 was a turbulent one for the United States. The Vietnam War was in full swing, the civil rights movement was making headlines, and America was in the middle of a significant economic transition. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint was also dealing with changes of its own. Due to a coin shortage and high demand, the U.S. Mint decided to suspend mint marks in 1965, 1966, and 1967. This means all coins produced during these years, including the Lincoln penny, were struck without a mint mark. So, if you come across a 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, don't be alarmed, it's completely normal. Now, what makes a simple 1967 penny potentially worth millions of dollars? It comes down to several key factors: rarity, errors, and condition. First, let's talk about mint errors. Error coins are one of the biggest reasons a 1967 penny might skyrocket in value. The most sought-after errors include: this error occurs when the die used to strike the coin has an extra image stamped onto it, resulting in a doubled appearance, especially noticeable on words like liberty or in God we trust. Collectors love double die errors because they're visually striking and extremely rare. Another popular error is die cracks or cuds, which occur when the die that strikes the coin develops a fracture. These errors can look like raised lines or blobs of metal, giving the coin a unique and valuable appearance. Coins that are not properly centered when struck create off-center errors. The more misaligned the coin, the more valuable it becomes, especially if the date and key details are still visible. Even if your penny has no visible errors, it could still be worth a significant amount if it's in pristine condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS, mint state, 60 and above being highly desirable. A 1967 Lincoln penny in MS 65 or higher can fetch hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars at auction. Let's talk numbers. Some 1967 Lincoln pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. In top condition, these pennies can bring in thousands of dollars. The highest known sale for a pristine, error-free 1967 penny reached over $7,000. And that's not even counting the rare error varieties, which can sell for even more. It's also worth mentioning that coins with documented, major errors, authenticated by professional grading services, have the potential to reach staggering values, sometimes even approaching the $1 million mark. So, how can you determine if your 1967 Lincoln penny is worth a small fortune? Here's a quick guide. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, die cracks, or any unusual features. If your penny looks nearly perfect with minimal scratches, it might be worth getting professionally graded. If you suspect you have a valuable error coin or a penny in exceptional condition, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1967 Lincoln penny remains an exciting find. As more collectors enter the hobby, demand, and potentially value will continue to rise. Who knows? That unassuming penny you almost tossed aside might just change your life. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden treasures of the 1967 Lincoln penny, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin collecting adventures. And if you've ever found a rare or valuable penny, share your story in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. We have an absolute gem for you, the 1969 Lincoln penny. This little copper coin may seem common, but what if we told you that it could be worth a small fortune, even millions of dollars? Stay tuned to find out why this penny might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, let's start by talking about the basics. The 1969 Lincoln penny is part of the famous series of pennies that have been minted in the United States for over 100 years. But what makes this one so special? Well, it all comes down to the mint mark and a rare error that makes this penny extraordinarily valuable. The D mint mark on the 1969 penny means it was minted in Denver, Colorado. Typically, these coins are worth just 1 cent, but due to a major error that occurred during the minting process, some 1969 pennies are worth far more than you could ever imagine. So, what is this rare error we're talking about? The key feature that can make a 1969 Lincoln penny worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars is a very specific minting flaw known as the double die obverse error. In simple terms, a double die error occurs when the die that strikes the coin has an extra image or double impression. This happens because the die was improperly aligned during the minting process, causing the image to appear twice. With the 1969 penny, the double die error can be seen on the obverse, the front side, of the coin, specifically on Lincoln's portrait, the date 1969, and even the word Liberty. If you're looking for this error, check for noticeable doubling, especially around the numbers in the date and the letters in Liberty. The doubling is usually very clear, and once you spot it, you'll know you've got something rare. Now, let's talk about the market value. A regular 1969 Lincoln penny without any errors will only be worth its face value, just 1 cent. But if your 1969 penny has the double die error, its value skyrockets depending on its condition, rarity, and demand. Here's the kicker: in the right condition, a 1969 double die penny could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to over $1,000 if it's in decent shape. But here's where it gets really interesting. There have been instances where pristine, well-preserved 1969 double die pennies have sold for as much as $100,000 at auction. And in some rare cases, pennies with the error have been known to fetch up to $1 million or more. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million for a single penny. These million-dollar sales aren't exactly common, but they do happen with the highest quality examples. The condition of the coin, known as its grade, plays a huge role in determining its worth. So, how can you spot one of these million-dollar pennies? It all comes down to a few key details. First, check the date 1969. The doubling can be subtle, but with a good magnifying glass, you should notice an extra shadow or a second image of the numbers. Next, examine the word Liberty. You'll often find a doubled L and a slight shadow on the rest of the letters, which is a classic sign of the double die error. Also, don't forget to check Lincoln's portrait. The doubling here is one of the easiest places to spot the error. Look closely at his eyebrow, nose, and chin, as these areas often show the telltale signs of a double die. Lastly, make sure you're looking at a 1969 penny specifically. Coins without the D mint mark won't have the same potential value, so don't get mixed up. Once you've found a possible double-die penny, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Coin grading is crucial in determining the value of your coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Coins in excellent condition, with no wear and sharp, clear doubling, can fetch higher prices. A MS-65 or MS-67 grade would make your penny far more valuable than one that's heavily worn. Also, remember to check the authenticity of your coin. You want to make sure you're not dealing with a counterfeit or a restruck coin, as these will drastically reduce its value. Coin collecting isn't just about fun, it can also be an investment. Over the years, rare coins like the 1969 double-die penny have proven to increase in value. In fact, many collectors and investors are paying close attention to this particular coin due to its potential for future growth. Historically, pennies with errors, especially ones as rare as the 1969 double-die, have seen a steady increase in market demand. The market for rare coins is strong, and as time passes, certain coins, like this one, become even more valuable. If you're thinking about investing in rare coins, the 1969 double-die penny could be an excellent addition to your collection. However, always do your research and buy from reputable dealers. To sum it all up, the 1969 Lincoln penny may look like an ordinary coin, but with a double-die error, it can be worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newbie, keeping an eye out for this error could lead to a life-changing discovery. So, check your pennies and keep looking for that hidden treasure, the 1969 double-die penny. Intro: we're diving deep into one of the most interesting and rare coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint, the 1978 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. A coin that, despite its seemingly ordinary appearance, could be worth a small fortune. Yes, that's right, a 1978 Lincoln penny. But this isn't just any ordinary coin. There's a reason why collectors and investors are constantly searching for this particular coin. And if you've ever wondered how much it could actually be worth today, let's break it down in this video. First, let's talk about the history of the 1978 Lincoln penny. The U.S. Mint has been producing Lincoln cents since 1909, and these coins have seen several design changes over the years. But in 1978, the penny was still using the classic Abraham Lincoln design by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we still see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This design remained until 2008, when it was replaced with the shield design we see today. At first glance, the 1978 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin that you would find in your pocket change. But when you start looking for specific features, things get interesting. Now, here's where things get really exciting. The 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is extremely rare. Normally, pennies struck by the U.S. Mint feature a mint mark, which tells you where the coin was made, either D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But what about those pennies from 1978 that have no mint mark at all? Well, these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but they still don't have that familiar P mint mark, meaning they're essentially a unique anomaly in the world of coin collecting. Mint marks were often used by the U.S. Mint to track where a coin was produced. But in 1978, the Mint accidentally failed to add mint marks on certain coins, particularly at the Philadelphia Mint. This means that when you come across a 1978 penny with no mint mark, you've found something pretty special. Now you're probably wondering, how much is a 1978 Lincoln penny worth today? Well, like most rare coins, the value of a 1978 penny depends on its condition and rarity. A typical 1978 penny with no mint mark in average condition is worth around 10 to 20 cents. This may sound low, but it's important to remember that most pennies aren't rare, so this is still higher than face value. However, if your 1978 penny with no mint mark is in near perfect condition, say, a grade of MS-65 or higher, the value can increase dramatically. Coins in this condition can fetch anywhere from $50 to $100 or more at auction. For collectors, the 1978 no mint mark penny is a treasure. Some of the highest graded specimens have sold for over $500, but the absolute rarest ones in perfect condition can even command prices of $1,000 or more. Now you may be asking, could a 1978 penny with no mint mark be worth $1 million? While it might sound far-fetched, there's always a possibility when it comes to rare coins. The market for rare coins is unpredictable, and certain coins have sold for astronomical amounts in the past. However, for the 1978 no mint mark penny, the chances of it reaching $1 million are slim unless it has some extraordinary feature, like being an era coin with other unique characteristics. But it's always worth keeping an eye on these coins, as markets can change, and who knows what the future holds for this rare piece of history. So, how can you tell if you have a 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark? It's simple. Just grab your magnifying glass and check the obverse, the front, of the coin. Look closely at the area beneath Abraham Lincoln's bust. If there's no D or S mint mark, then congratulations, you have one of the rare Philadelphia struck coins. Be sure to also examine the coin's condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins that are in mint condition, with no scratches, dirt, or damage, can fetch a premium price. Now that you know the fascinating story behind the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, be sure to check your coin collection. You never know, you could have a rare gem worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. We have an exciting story about a coin that could potentially make you a fortune. We're talking about the elusive 1988 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, one of the most intriguing coins in modern numismatics. Stick around as we dive deep into its history, rarity, and current market value. A historical image of the Lincoln penny overlaid with the timeline from 1988. To truly understand why the 1988 Lincoln penny is so valuable, we first need to step back in time to 1988. The United States Mint, as usual, produced millions of pennies that year, but one coin would stand out from the rest. Normally, pennies minted by the U.S. Mint are stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were made, either D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or none at all for Philadelphia. However, in 1988, there was a rare anomaly. A batch of pennies was struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark at all. Close-up of a normal 1988 penny with a visible mint mark and then transition to the one without it. Most of the 1988 pennies you'll come across will have the D mint mark if they were produced in Denver. But the rare 1988 no mint mark penny was struck in Philadelphia. And here's where things get interesting. An error in production caused some of these coins to not bear the expected mint mark. Now you might think, a mint mark missing? That doesn't sound too exciting, but when it comes to rare coins, small mistakes can make big money. A slow zoom on the no mint mark penny, highlighting its unusual features. Now, what exactly makes this particular penny so special? You see, collectors and investors are drawn to coins with minting errors because they are considered rare. In the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are two key factors that determine a coin's value. So, when a mistake like this one happens, it makes the coin highly sought after. Transition to a collector holding a 1988 no mint mark penny under magnification, pointing out small details. Out of the millions of 1988 pennies that were struck, only a handful lack the mint mark, making this coin incredibly rare. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. In fact, collectors often consider these pennies as a one-in-a-million discovery. The absence of the mint mark changes everything. What was once considered a standard penny now stands out as a unique treasure. So, what's the current market value of the 1988 no mint mark penny? Well, this is where things get really exciting. Depending on the coin's condition, some 1988 no mint mark pennies have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. While most circulated versions of this penny may only fetch a few dollars, coins in excellent condition, such as those with minimal wear or grading high on the numismatic scale, can skyrocket in value. For example, a well-preserved 1988 no mint mark penny could fetch anywhere from $5 to $25. But here's the kicker: uncirculated or nearly flawless examples, those in mint condition, have been known to sell for upwards of $1,000 at auctions. Yes, you heard that right, over $1,000 for a penny. And for those collectors lucky enough to find a gem-quality example, one that could be graded as a perfect coin. The value could even go beyond that. In some rare cases, you might be able to land one for a staggering $10,000 to $20,000. These prices are not just fantasy. They've been achieved at auctions, where the 1988 no-mint mark penny has earned its place among the most valuable modern-day coins. A graphic showing different factors that affect a coin's value: condition, rarity, demand. Several factors influence the market value of a coin, especially one as rare as the 1988 no-mint mark penny. The biggest factors include: the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are free from scratches, discoloration, and wear are the most sought after. With so few of these coins in circulation, the rarity of the 1988 no-mint mark penny is a huge selling point. As more collectors learn about this coin, the demand for it continues to rise, pushing prices higher. A brief shot of coin experts examining a 1988 no-mint mark penny with a magnifying glass. Before you go searching through your coin jar or pockets, remember that condition is key. A penny that's heavily worn or damaged is likely worth only a few dollars, while one in pristine, uncirculated condition could fetch thousands. Now, let's talk about how you can identify the 1988 no-mint mark penny. The easiest way is to simply check the reverse side of the coin. Normally, you'll see a mint mark just below the date. For the 1988 penny, if you don't see a D or S next to the year, you've got yourself a no-mint mark penny. Keep in mind, though, that these are rare. And finding one in good condition is even rarer, so if you do come across one, make sure to have it properly authenticated and graded by professionals. A thoughtful shot of a collector contemplating their investment, looking through a coin album. Now, the big question: should you invest in the 1988 no-mint mark penny? If you're a coin enthusiast or collector, this is definitely a coin to keep an eye out for. With its rarity and increasing demand, it has the potential to increase in value even further as time goes on. The coin in a protective case being shown as a valuable investment. If you already have one of these rare pennies, congratulations! You could be holding on to a potential gold mine. But if not, make sure to keep searching, as new finds are made every year. Who knows? The next one might just land in your hands. So there you have it. The 1988 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare and highly valuable coin in today's market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin is a must-know and a potential jackpot waiting to be found. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow coin collectors, and subscribe for more rare coin insights. We're diving deep into one of the most exciting finds for collectors, the 1991 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with an no-mint mark. But is this humble penny actually worth millions of dollars? Let's find out. At first glance, the 1991 Lincoln penny might look like just another copper coin from the early 90s. But this seemingly ordinary penny is actually the center of some extraordinary interest in the numismatic world. The 1991 penny is one of the most intriguing finds for collectors today, especially when you spot one without a mint mark. The U.S. Mint typically places a mint mark on pennies to indicate where they were produced, either in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But the mystery lies in the 1991 penny with no mint mark. Mint marks have always been an essential part of U.S. coinage. They tell us where a coin was minted, which helps collectors determine rarity and value. But in 1991, something strange happened. Some pennies were released into circulation without any mint mark at all. Philadelphia, the primary mint, traditionally does not use a mint mark for coins, but pennies struck at the Denver Mint usually have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S. But in 1991, a batch of pennies from Philadelphia was found with no mint mark. So why does this missing mint mark matter? Well, it all comes down to rarity and scarcity. While Philadelphia has historically produced coins without mint marks, the 1991 pennies stand out because they were expected to have one, especially given the time period and the volume of coins being struck. When collectors started to notice these unmarked pennies, they became highly sought after. The rarity of these unmarked pennies has made them a hot item in the numismatic world. In fact, it's not just about the missing mint mark. It's about how few of these were actually produced and how many have survived the decades. You might be wondering, what's a 1991 no-mint mark penny worth? Well, the market value can vary depending on its condition, but here's where things get really interesting. A typical 1991 no-mint mark penny in good condition might fetch anywhere from $10 to $100. But when these pennies are graded in mint state, like MS-65 or higher, the price jumps significantly. You could be looking at anywhere between $500 and $1,000 for a coin in top condition. Some of the highest recorded sales of these pennies have reached over $10,000, especially for those that have been certified and graded by professional services. Now, that's pretty impressive for a coin originally worth just 1 cent. But hold on, what about the ultimate dream? Could a 1991 no-mint mark penny be worth $1 million? Well, that's where things get speculative. For a penny to hit that $1 million mark, it would need to be in perfect, virtually flawless condition, something akin to the holy grail of coins. We've seen coins like the 1943 copper penny or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel sell for millions of dollars, but those were truly unique, once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. The 1991 no-mint mark penny might not be in that league just yet, but the right conditions, with the right collector, could potentially push it to the $1 million range. It's all about demand, rarity, and the right time. As with all collectibles, the market fluctuates. But if you're lucky enough to stumble upon one of these rare pennies in mint condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, how can you find this hidden treasure? First, grab your magnifying glass or a loupe. Check for the year 1991 on the obverse side of the coin, and most importantly, look for the absence of a mint mark just beneath the 1 and 1 cent dot. If the coin has no mint mark, you've found a rarity. It's always a good idea to get it professionally graded to assess its true value. With time, the value of rare coins like the 1991 no-mint mark penny may continue to rise. As more people become aware of this elusive find, it could become even more desirable for collectors and investors alike. So if you have one of these in your collection, don't let it sit in a drawer. It might just be worth a small fortune. There you have it. While the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny may not be a guaranteed $1 million jackpot, it's certainly one worth keeping an eye on. Whether you find one in your change jar or through a coin hunt, you might just be holding onto a rare piece of history. We're diving deep into a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket or your collection, the 1995 D Lincoln cent. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? Well, stick around, because this coin has the potential to be worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent. Let's explore its fascinating history, value, and why it could be worth millions in today's market. First things first, let's break down the basics. The 1995 D Lincoln cent is a copper-plated, zinc-core coin produced by the United States Mint. The D Mint mark signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary locations for U.S. coin production. The coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool, but why does this penny matter so much? While most 1995 D Lincoln cents are worth, well, just 1 cent, a few unique characteristics make certain examples of this coin highly sought after by collectors. The main reason why this penny is so valuable comes down to a rare variety, the 1995 D double die error. What is this error? Let's break it down. A double die is a type of minting error that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned. This results in a double image, or overlapping design features, which makes it extremely noticeable. In the case of the 1995 D penny, collectors are looking for a noticeable doubling of the date and the inscriptions on the obverse, particularly the word Liberty and the date 1995. This error makes the coin incredibly rare. So, why is this so important? Well, for collectors and investors, finding a double die error coin can be like striking gold. The 1995 D double die is one of those holy grail coins in the world of penny collectors, and it has generated a lot of excitement in the coin market. Some of these era coins have sold for over $100,000 at auction, and in very rare cases, certain specimens have fetched prices approaching $1 million. Imagine that, a penny worth 1 cent, turning into a windfall of cash. Now, it's important to note that not every 1995 D penny is a double die. In fact, only a small percentage of the 1995 D pennies produced that year have the error. This makes the search for the rare double die version an exciting treasure hunt for collectors. So, how do you identify if your 1995 D penny is a valuable double die? Let me walk you through it. Look at the date. First, check the date. 1995. If you see any visible doubling, where the numbers appear to be shifted or doubled, that's the most obvious sign. Check Liberty and In God We Trust. The next area to focus on is the word Liberty and the phrase In God We Trust. If you notice any doubling in these inscriptions, that's a key indicator that you might have a double die error on your hands. Examine the edge details. Although the doubling is most noticeable on the obverse, sometimes you can find signs of misalignment or doubling in other parts of the coin, like the rim or the details of Lincoln's portrait. You'll want to inspect the coin closely under a magnifying glass or a loupe. Any sign of doubling, even slight, could mean you have a valuable coin. Shots of someone carefully placing a 1995 D penny in a protective case, followed by images of coins at an auction. If you find a 1995 D double die penny, you might be holding on to something that could be worth thousands, even millions, depending on its condition and rarity. But don't just throw it in your coin jar and forget about it. Here are some steps you should take. The first thing you should do is protect your coin. Place it in a coin holder or capsule to prevent any further wear and tear. For a coin to reach its maximum value, especially if it's an era coin, you'll want to get it professionally graded by an expert. Companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are well known for their grading services. If your coin is indeed one of those rare, high-value specimens, you can choose to sell it or auction it. Some of these coins have fetched hundreds of thousands of dollars at major auctions, so it's definitely worth exploring your options. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the current market value of a 1995 D double die penny? Well, it varies. The value depends on several factors, such as the condition of the coin, the extent of the error, and the demand in the market. Mint state examples: a 1995 D double die penny in mint state, meaning it has no wear and tear, could easily be valued at $100,000 or more. High-grade coins, in top-tier conditions, such as MS-67 or better. These coins have been known to sell for nearly $1 million or more at auction. Common, lesser-grade examples, even pennies with the double die error, but in lower grades, can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on the market. Remember, rarity is key, and these coins are getting harder to find as more and more collectors and investors catch wind of the potential windfall. So, there you have it. The 1995 D Lincoln cent with a double die error is a rare find that could be worth far more than you'd ever expect. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin should definitely be on your radar. If you find one in your collection, or even in your pocket change, you could be holding on to a small fortune. So, take a closer look, inspect your pennies, and who knows, you might just have $1 million find on your hands. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin-related content. And as always, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep enjoying the world of numismatics. We have something truly unique for you, a coin that's been quietly sitting in circulation, yet could be worth a lot more than you think. We're talking about the 2014 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Stick around as we dive deep into its history, rarity, and market value. Let's go! Transition music and visuals of coins on a table. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First minted in 1909, it's been in circulation for over a century. The design features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was used until 2009. After that, the reverse was replaced with a shield designed to represent the nation's unity. But today, we're focusing on a specific year, the 2014 penny. Most 2014 pennies have the mint mark D for the Denver Mint, or P for the Philadelphia Mint. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a version that doesn't have any mint mark at all. Typically, pennies are minted in either Denver or Philadelphia, and each of those coins will have a mint mark to indicate where they were made. But in 2014, a small batch of pennies was struck without any mint mark, making them incredibly rare and a collector's dream. Before we jump into its market value, let's explore why the 2014 no mint mark penny is so special. A mistake like this doesn't happen often. Coins struck without mint marks are extremely rare. So how does something like this happen? Well, sometimes, a few coins get struck without a mint mark due to mistakes in the minting process or because of the machinery used during production. These coins are often released into circulation, and, at first, no one notices. Over time, these coins are found, and their rarity is revealed. Coin collectors and numismatists start to realize that something isn't quite right. There's a missing mint mark, which means there are fewer of them in existence. And that rarity is what drives up their value. Now let's talk numbers, the part you've been waiting for. Just how much is the 2014 no mint mark penny worth? While most regular 2014 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the ones without a mint mark have a significantly higher value. At the time of writing, the price can range widely depending on the coin's condition, its authenticity, and its provenance. Uncirculated and gem quality examples of this coin can fetch anywhere from $50 to $100. However, if you happen to find one that is in perfect condition and certified by a reputable grading agency like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, it could be worth much more. Coins in excellent condition, graded as MS67 or higher, can sell for upwards of $200 to $500. But hold on, we're not done yet. Let's get into the exciting part. Could this 2014 no mint mark penny ever be worth $1 million? While it's unlikely that any single penny will hit those astronomical heights, there have been cases where rare mint errors have defied expectations. Coins like the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double die, and even certain varieties of 1914 D Lincoln pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, or more. However, the 2014 no mint mark penny would have to be in nearly flawless condition, and even then, a sale price of $1 million would be rare. But in the world of coin collecting, it's never completely out of the question. Market trends fluctuate, and with the right buyer, your 2014 no mint mark penny could very well become $1 million treasure in the future. So, how can you find a 2014 no mint mark penny? First, start by going through your loose change. Check every penny from 2014. Look for that absence of a mint mark. Remember, this coin might have been circulating for years, so it's easy to miss if you're not careful. Once you've found one, it's important to authenticate it. You can take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a certified grading service to ensure it's legitimate. If it passes the test, you'll be holding on to a rare piece of numismatic history. So, while a 2014 no mint mark penny might not make you an instant millionaire today, it's still an amazing find and definitely worth keeping an eye on. With its rarity and the potential for future value, it's a fantastic coin for any collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more exciting coin content. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across one of these rare pennies, and what other coins you want us to cover in future videos. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! We're diving into a coin that you might have in your pocket right now, the 2017 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. But hold on tight, because this penny isn't as ordinary as it may seem. We'll discuss its history, why it's worth more than face value, and just how much it could be worth today. You won't believe how this simple penny could fetch millions on the market. Stay tuned. Let's start with the basics. The 2017 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark. Like most pennies, it features the iconic design of President Abraham Lincoln, who has graced the 1-cent coins since 1909. But what makes the 2017 D special, and why are collectors paying top dollar for it? Let's take a deeper look. First, let's talk about the design of the 2017 D penny. On the obverse, or the front side, we see President Lincoln's familiar portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained mostly unchanged for over a century. And on the reverse side, we find the famous shield design, first introduced in 2010, symbolizing the Union. It's a patriotic, timeless design that honors the legacy of both the nation and Lincoln himself. Now, the 2017 D penny wasn't a special edition or a limited release. It's just one of the millions of pennies produced that year. However, the real story behind its value lies in its rarity, and how certain conditions can drastically increase its worth. You may be wondering, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, it's not just about having a 2017 D penny, it's about finding one in exceptional condition, or with a mint error that sets it apart from the typical penny. For instance, some 2017 D pennies have been discovered with minor errors such as double strikes or even off-center designs, which can significantly increase their market value. Double die errors happen when the design is struck twice during the minting process, causing a visible doubling of the coin's features. If you happen to find a 2017 D penny with a noticeable double strike or other error, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Coins in pristine condition, rated by professional graders as MS65 or higher, also have a high demand in the collector's market. The higher the grade, the higher the value, especially when it comes to such a unique penny. Okay, let's talk about the big question. What's the 2017 D Lincoln penny worth right now? Well, in terms of face value, it's worth just 1 cent, as we all know. But in the world of coin collecting, even the most modern pennies can hold a surprising amount of value. On average, a regular 2017 D penny in circulation is only worth a few cents more than face value, perhaps 2 to 3 cents. But if you're lucky enough to find one with a mint error or in an exceptionally high grade, the market value skyrockets. Some rare 2017 D pennies have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Yes, you heard that right, hundreds of dollars for a penny. For example, a 2017 D penny with a significant error could fetch anywhere between $100 to $1,000, depending on the severity of the error and its overall condition. But wait, the real big money lies in rarities with flawless minting errors or especially rare versions. Incredibly, there have been reports of rare coins, including some 2017 D pennies, being appraised for even more. A perfect condition, error-free penny, graded at MS67 or above, could potentially be worth millions in the future, as collectors search for these elusive coins to complete their collections. Now that you know just how valuable a 2017 D Lincoln penny can be, how do you find one of these precious coins? Well, the first step is to check the pennies you already have. Look for those with sharp details, clear minting marks, and avoid any coins with heavy wear. If you're lucky, you might spot one with a minting error that makes it truly unique. If you're not sure whether your coin is a gem, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a coin grading service. A high-quality photo and accurate description of your coin can help you get a proper evaluation. To wrap things up, the 2017 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like a regular, everyday coin, but for the right collector, it holds a lot of potential. Whether it's a mint error, a high-grade example, or one of the rarest finds, the value of this penny can reach into the thousands, or even millions, of dollars in the right conditions. So, before you toss your spare pennies into the jar, take a second look. Your 2017 D Lincoln penny could be worth far more than you think. If you've found a rare one, or if you have any questions about coin values, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more coin hunting tips and updates on rare finds.